Call of Duty finally revealed the Season 5 update, and if I'm being honest with you guys, it is 5 seasons too late. It's like they just remembered that this game is set in the 90s. But anyways, let's go through the update and you will see what I'm saying here. But just before we get into all the details, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to see for the like button, and while you're down there, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are so close to 5k subs. If you can get it by the end of the year, that would be absolutely awesome. With that being said, let's get right into it. Season 5 of Black Ops 6 will officially be launching on August 7th at 9 AM Pacific time, which means it is only 1 week away. But with that being said, now let's go into the multiplayer side of things. First of all, for multiplayer, we'll be getting 4 new maps. First of all, we have Runaway. It will be available at launch. It's a brand new core 6v6 medium-sized map which takes place on the Arzak Provisional Airport, Avalon of course. For our second map, we have Exchange, which is also releasing at launch. It's a brand new Strike 2v2 and 6v6 small-sized map which will be taking place in an Avalon marketplace. For our third map, it's called World Mora Dynasty, or for us hardcore Call of Duty players, we know it as WMD from the original Black Ops game. It will be available at launch. It's of course, like I said, a remaster 6v6 medium-sized map. Definitely an amazing map to be added in this game. However, this version of WMD will be taking place at an Italian luxury car manufacturer in Avalon. And for our fourth and final map in Season 5 will be called Jackpot. It will be available mid-season and it's a core 6v6 medium-sized map. And just as the name suggests, this map will be taking place inside of a casino. However, it is very heavily inspired from the casino map in Black Ops 4 and also inspired by the High Rollers mission from the Black Ops 6 campaign. So it's not exactly a remaster of the Black Ops 4 map, and it's also not simply just taken from the Black Ops 6 mission. No, it is heavily inspired by both maps, but technically it's a brand new map. Moving on from the map, Season 5 will see the addition of 4 brand new weapons. First of all, we have the PML 5.56 LMG. It will be available at launch via the Battle Pass page 3. It's a fully automatic light machine gun with fast rate of fire and high lethality offset by low mobility and hefty recoil. We move on to our second weapon, and it's the ABR-A1 assault rifle, or as we know it as the Call of Duty veterans as the AUG from the previous Black Ops games. An iconic assault rifle. It is returning and will be available at launch via the Battle Pass page 6. It's a 3-round burst assault rifle with good handling and power, moderate recoil and range, and it will be configurable to full auto. Again, I'm very excited for the AUG to be returning. Definitely an amazing weapon from the older Black Ops games. Moving on to our third weapon, it's gonna be the boxing gloves melee. It will be available in season via an event reward, and the reason why they're adding a boxing glove will actually make sense once we get to the events part of this roadmap. And for our fourth and final weapon in season 5 is gonna be the Grave Mark 357 revolver. It will be available mid-season via an event reward. It's a single action revolver obviously, with high power and considerable damage, limited by lower ammo count and segmented reload. And as we're on the topic of weapons, let's move on and talk about the special weapon attachments. First of all, we have the Skull Spitter for the 9mm pistol. It will be available at launch via Battle Pass page 7. And for our second and final special weapon attachment in Season 5 is going to be the Hellcal magazine for the PPSH-41. It will be available in season via an event reward. Following that, we have the Season 5 events. First of all, we have the 90s action heroes, which will be available in multiplayer, zombies and Warzone, and will be coming in season with a total of 13 rewards, including the boxing gloves. And like I said earlier, this is why we have the boxing gloves as melees, because it is part of this event. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I hope I'm wrong here, but just from looking at this image right here, it just seems like this event is gonna be a disappointing version of the 80s action heroes event from Black Ops Cold War. If you guys remember, we had John McClane from Die Hard and Rambo from Rambo, of course. That was very cool, but with this event, it just seems like it's gonna be a generic 90s action heroes with no ties into actual movies from the 90s. It's just gonna be a generic event, and that is very disappointing. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe I will be wrong. Following the event, we have the Operation Hellride. It will be available in multiplayer, zombies and Warzone, and will be coming mid-season with the reward including the Grave Mark 357 revolver. Following that, we have the Atomic Block Party event in multiplayer, zombies and Warzone, and will also be coming mid-season, and it's going to be a Nuketown inspired event. Now unfortunately, they haven't told us a lot of information. This is everything we know. And finally, for the events in Season 5 is going to be the Reckoning leaderboard event, available only in zombies. It's going to work the same way as the current and the previous leaderboard event in zombies, but for the Reckoning map, which is of course the brand new zombies map we'll talk about later in this video. Now let's move on and talk about the operators that will be coming in Season 5. First of all, we have Solus, which is going to be a Black Cell Battle Pass exclusive. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the operator looks very cool, but it's simply disappointing that it is hidden or locked behind the Black Cell Battle Pass. For our second operator is gonna be none other than Sims, who made his first appearance in Black Ops Cold War, and then of course once again in Black Ops 6 campaign. He will be finally making his way into multiplayer as an operator, and that is very awesome. For our third operator is gonna be a new version of the Replacer operator as part of the 90s action hero event. Again, not a new operator, just a new bundle. And for our fourth and final operator in Season 5, and this is actually a brand new operator, is is gonna be the fisherman from the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. He'll be only available as a bundle and in season, so unfortunately it's not gonna be unlockable via the battle pass, it's only a store bundle. Now let's move on and talk about the multiplayer modes in season 5. First of all, we have aim high. It will be available at launch. It's a brand new mode, and just as the name suggests, you'll be looking to aim high and only land headshots. With each headshot is gonna be an instant elimination, and everywhere else will do the least damage. So like I said, the aim of the game is to get headshots, and that's gonna be very awesome if you're still trying to unlock camos. This is gonna be the game mode to go to. Following that mode, we have snipers only. It will be available in season, and to be honest, you guys, the name is quite self-explanatory here. Following that mode, we have the return of cranked mosh pit. It will be available in season. We all know cranked, you have a timer to get a kill. If you don't, you explode. Simple as that. Very fun though. Following that, we also have cranked demolition. It will be available mid-season. Again, it's your normal demolition mode with the cranked rules. Very simple. Following that, we have another return mode. It's called the ransack. It will be available mid-season. If you guys remember, during the Christmas event, we had the ransack where you had to go steal cookies and store them at your spawn point. Same thing here, but instead of cookies, it's gonna be luring gold bars. Following that, we also have blueprint gunfight. Again, the name's quite self-explanatory here, and it will also be available in mid-season. Moving on from that, we have a brand new score streak for multiplayer and zombies. For multiplayer, will be coming at launch. For zombies, will be coming mid-season, and it is none other than the combat bow, and it will require 500 score to use. So that would do it for the multiplayer side of things. Now let's move on and talk about zombies, with of course its brand new The Reckoning map. Like I just mentioned, season 5 of zombies will be seeing the addition of a brand new map called The Reckoning. Now unfortunately, they kept everything pretty much redacted except some information here and there. For example, we'll have the laboratory, the computing and research, offices, and some secretive chambers. There'll also be parachutes, anti-gravity personal launchers, ether vents, low gravity, robot assembly, and finally a tournament accelerator. Again, this is the information they gave us while everything else is redacted, so we'll simply have to play the map and do the explore ourselves. That is very cool. However, when it comes to the communications team handlers, we will be having Peck, Ravenov, and Strauss, with Raptor 1 always ready for exfil, but they say what happened to Dr. Panos, Security Chief John Blanchard, and both SAM and Director Richtofen. It seems like we have to complete the main quest to know what happened to each of these characters. That is very cool. I cannot wait to see. Most likely what will be the ending of zombies in Black Ops 6. I believe this will be the final map, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens when season 5 and this map launches. Moving on from that, we have a brand new elite enemy called the Uberklaus, which looks very cool but also very menacing. Now Uberklaus won't be coming alone because there's other new enemy types. First of all, we have Commando Klaus with a strange red mist, and also there'll be zombified Project Janus security and administrative personnel, and also the remains of scientists, hazmat crews, and even experimental mutations. And as always with every brand new zombies map, it comes with its own new wonder weapon. This time is going to be the Gorgofex, which won't fire bullets or lasers. It will actually fire slugs of ether based energy, and they say on impact this inflicts a dense area of direct damage with a tight area of effect. Shortly after impact, energy from a fully charged blast dissipates outwards, inflicting damage in wide area. The dissipation seems to cause a focused temporary gravitational anomaly, catching and incapacitating enemies to float at just above head height. And finally, they say more research is required, but it appears 2 additional variations have been uncovered, aka there'll be different variations of the Gorgofex wonder weapon. But moving on from that, obviously a brand new zombies map will come with its own main quest and quest rewards. Obviously that is to be expected. Moving on from that, grief mode will be returned, but this time on the new map Reckoning. It will be available in season. Alongside that, obviously directed mode for the Reckoning will also be available during the mid-season. Also, Team Cranked will be returned as a limited time mode in mid-season. And like I mentioned earlier, the combat bow score streak will also be making its way into zombies in mid-season. Moving on from that, there'll be a brand new field upgrade called Mr. Peaks. It will be available in season via an event reward, and basically you will summon Mr. Peaks to our reality to create chaos. Basically he will be distracting zombies so you can get out of dodge if things get very tight. And of course, as always, it will have 6 augments, 3 major and 3 minor augments. And moving on from that, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the Reckoning Zombies leaderboard event will also be available. But with that being said, that will do it for the zombie side of things. Now let's move on to Warzone, and there's gonna be a very huge event happening in Warzone, and that is none other than the stadium roof opening. It's crazy because back in Modern Warfare 2019, this event happened in season 5, and here we are 5 years later. The stadium roof is once again opening in season 5. I don't know if this is intentional or accidental, but that is very awesome. Now, as part of the stadium roof opening, there'll be a new contract called the satellite hijack, and just as the name suggests, you will be hijacking a satellite in order to open the stadium roof. it will be available at launch window, but only for week 1, okay? So after the first week, this contract will be no more. It is only available for the first week to open the roof stadium, because after week 1, the roof stadium will be permanently open. So it's only for 1 week, this contract, because after that, it will be gone forever. And as part of the stadium roof opening, there'll also be the stadium resurgence limited time mode. It will be available in season, aka week 2, 36 players with 12-minute matches. That should be very awesome. Alongside that, there will also be a brand new limited time mode called Deadline. It will be available mid-season. It will be only on quads with 100 players, but a mix of both players and AI. And basically in this game mode, not only you'll have to be worrying about the players and the AI, but also circle collapsing. So that should be very exciting and fun. And to finish off with the season 5 update, we'll begin ranked play for both Battle Royale and Resurgence during the launch window. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is what each of the previous seasons should have been about. Very grounded and very realistic to the Nani's theme. You saw in this season there wasn't anything crazy like we've had in previous seasons, and that's what I was talking about earlier, that they just remembered that this is a Nani's game, because this is the season that we should have been getting throughout the whole previous 4 seasons. Unfortunately, it's just been 5 seasons too late. But yeah, finally they gave us something that resembles like Call of Duty update, but yeah, it's just too late. But with all that being said, make sure to click the video on the screen right now to watch me finally unlock Dark Matter in Black Ops 6. Thank you guys for watching this video.